Well, hello everyone. I'm on here live, and it's been a little while since I've been in the kitchen cooking, but I have retired from doing my work in the nursing home, maybe temporarily, I don't know, permanently, and I'm going to be really concentrating on my health business. And the reason is because there are just so many people that I see headed toward an outcome that they're not going to be happy with, you're not going to be happy with. And you know, I see it on the back end with my work in the nursing home. And so I want to just offer health coaching to whoever's ready to get it. I see Charlotte on here. Charlotte joined my program a year ago, I guess, and got healthier more than a year ago, and she is really it's amazing when I see her just how good she's doing. But I'm getting ready to launch a new program, so I wanted to get on here and show you a dessert. Now, we don't eat dessert a lot, and especially not in the first month, but you can have good, healthy desserts. And this is a keto dessert. It's called Strawberry Delight. And oh goodness, I forgot well, here you go. Here's what it looks like when it's served up, okay? I love to serve up things in my fancy glasses. And it's got a pecan crust, or pecan, however you want to say it. And so I'm going to show you how it goes. I do it in a square dish. This is the dish I do it in, just because it's easy. You can do it in a pie plate. You can do it in whatever, you know, would fit this. But so you start with pecans or pecans, and I do them in my food processor. So I put a cup of nuts and 2 tablespoons of butter, and I just let it go. It needs to be room temperature butter or melted butter, and I just let it rip until it's you know, just fine, like you know, almost like a crumbly cornbread. And then I press it into this container, okay, and I put that in the fridge for that to get cold. All right, and then the next thing I do, I did this ahead of time. I did one ahead of time because today's my husband's birthday, and I wanted to make one for him. And then I'm also going to my small group, so I wanted to make a dessert to take to that. So I made one earlier this morning, but I ran out of my sugars, so I had to go to the store. But here we go. So what this is, I took a cup and a half, so you might want to write down these ingredients, although I am going to email out this recipe. So if I don't have your email, make sure I have your email. You can put it in the comments or message me. But this is a cup and a half of heavy whipping cream that I've done in the food processor. I've added an 1/8 of a cup of this Swerve Confectioners brand, okay? Now this is xylitol, it is keto friendly, but I use the Confectioners brand when I'm making heavy whipping cream, all right, or whipped cream. And then in the processor here now, I have a stick or a pad or a square of cream cheese, and I let that run a little bit just because let's see, what did I do with my spatula? Here we go. There it is. All right. Just because I didn't want you to have to listen to it the whole time, but there we go. So that is really soft. So I had that at room temperature to start with. Now I'm putting in the other half of the 4th cup. So that's an 1/8 of a cup of this Swerve, okay? And I'm gonna let that go for a minute. Just to blend it up. I have found that I can get a much creamier effect with the heavy whipping cream, and especially with the cream cheese when I use my Cuisinart. So that's what I've been using lately, and so that's what I do. And now here I have a little more than a cup of strawberries. I wash those really good. Strawberries are the one fruit that's gonna have toxins on them, okay? Because they lay on the dirt, you know, if you've ever been to pick strawberries. So I let them soak in water, and I wash them real good. I actually put them in a bowl, fill it with water, put them over in there, and just swish them around and pour off the water. And you'll see the water you pour off is pretty dirty, okay? But I'm going to dump these over in here, and then I'm going to well, I'm not going to pulse it. I'm just going to let it run. And it's going to kind of emulsify those strawberries into this know, I do like it to be a little bit chunky. I'm not interested in it being a puree, although some people would probably like it more pureed. But here we go. Let me. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the heavy whipping cream to this. Now the reason I didn't put it in with the strawberries is I don't want this to be pulsed down to being flat. I want it to, you know, still have some of its fluffiness. So I'm going to put this back on. There you go. Nothing like licking your fingers. Okay. And I'm just going to pulse it to get that in. And then, you know, you can taste it if you want and see if you think it's sweet enough for your family. You know, we like things pretty sweet, but then some things we don't like so sweet. So, but all right, so here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take this and I'm going to spoon it over this pecan crust, just like that. And this is going to be delicious. Now, I didn't put, there is a recipe that calls for gelatin, and you can add that if you want to, but I just can do it just like this. So here we go, and that's about all of it. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to press this around in the dish. Let me move that out of the way so you can see. All right, so there. And then what I do is I take a few strawberries and I just sprinkle them over the top just to make it pretty and a little more appetizing, although at my house when I do a dessert, it doesn't have to be, well, it needs to be pretty, but they'll eat it because they know it's going to be something sweet that maybe they haven't had in a little while. And then what I do is I drizzle chocolate over the top. Now, at Walmart or wherever you go, they have these. This is called Bake Believe. It's dark chocolate, no sugar added. It does have xylitol in it. This is a dark chocolate. I took probably about a fourth a cup, put it in the microwave for about 28 seconds. Took my fork. I like to do it with a fork and stirred it around and then put it back in there and did it again. And then you'll see it will drizzle. Now this isn't drizzling because it's already gotten hard. But you can do that and it'll just drizzle right over, well there you go, just drizzle in it a little bit. It'll just drizzle right over your dessert. So there we go, a little bit more. And so I will finish this up by just drizzling all of it. But this is what it looks like when you're done, and doesn't that look yummy? Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside and talk to you just a little bit about, because I wanna do, with all my cooking demos, I want to finish up with, let me get here we go. I want to finish up with just some encouragement as to why you want to do certain things that I teach. And one of those things is get your greens. And I just did an interview with Tina, and it was a great interview. She's just really had a transformation, but she started off by saying, I struggle eating greens. And most people do, and for some people it's not that they don't like it, it's just that eating salad all the time may get old, and you know, you just have to wilt down greens, you have to get them ready. So it's not like a cucumber, you can pick it up and eat it, or celery or whatever. But greens are very, very important, and I like to coach people and say you really need about 6 to 8 cups of greens a day, and that's a lot. That's a lot for me to get. So here's what I do. I will wilt down a bag of kale or a bag of spinach or collards, and I'll put them in individual containers, and I will try to eat that, and that's going to be about 4 cups. But I also take a supplement, and there are different kinds. If you want more information about that, just let me know and I'll send you a link. But Dr. Berg has a cruciferous capsule. There's a super greens that you can buy. There's all kinds of ways to get your greens in, but those are your B vitamins really, and your vitamin C. They're just vitamins that you're going to get from greens that you won't get from anything else. So if you're not getting your greens in, I just want to encourage you. You're really doing yourself a disjustice, an injustice, and you're not helping your brain. You know, our gut, the greens, a lot of the greens is a part of healing your gut. And your brain is actually, your gut is actually your second brain, and you need to feed it properly. And if you feed your gut properly, it'll go to your brain. So you really need to think about this, and I'd love to help you. So as you may have heard, I am starting a challenge soon. Share this video and I'll put your name in a drawing. I've got a drawing box I'm starting to add names to. And every night, starting Friday night, I'll be drawing. And you'll either get supplements, and then at the end of next Friday, you'll be able to get in a drawing for a free half price on a challenge. So if that's valuable to you, just keep sharing. Every time I see you share, I will put your name in the box and you'll get a chance to draw. And I've had the last two people that won have done so well in the challenge, and I'm so proud of them. So thanks for joining me. Share this video, and if I don't have your email, let me have it so I can send you this recipe. But it's delicious. Before I go, I want to pull it. I'm going to pull the one out of the freezer because I want you to see what it looks like. I thought I had it sitting up here. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to show you that I forgot to show you. So here's what it looks like after you've made it up. You just drizzle that chocolate over, and I put it in the freezer for about an hour if you want it like a icy like thing, or just leave it in the fridge if you want it more like a soft pie. One last thing I wanted to show you. I found these today in Walmart. These are Lily's. They're butterscotch flavored bacon chips, and I have not seen those. I melted those down to see how they do, and let me just show you. Yep, they taste like butterscotch. I love butterscotch, so I'm excited about that. That's going to be something I'm going to incorporate into a new dessert. So thanks for joining me, and y'all have a great day. Let me hear from you.